Hello people, welcome to another video. Today we're going to review our top 5 free games on XClap. We know they're free, but they still take time to download and play. So we thought we'd help you out by doing a preview, or you may already have the games and are just interested in what we think. So without further ado, let's jump to it. Number 5 on our list is Descent Alps. Now, I've never actually been skiing, but I'm pretty clumsy, don't know about you, and I'd definitely end up with broken limbs. As you can see, this is a downhill skiing game, and the idea is that you fly downhill and complete these challenges. So you can see on the screen here, you've got these gates that you've got to hit, you end up with these multipliers, there are rings to collect, and you do all this while enjoying the scenery of a nice ski resort. The controls take a little getting used to, but they're not too bad to pick up, and to be honest, once you get the hang of it, it's pretty intuitive really. Some people have warned about motion sickness playing the game, but I didn't find that at all. I thought it was actually pretty smooth. The version on XClap is a pre-release, but there's going to be a paid version coming later this year, and the developers are going to add some cool features, like the ability to race other people's top scores, some new songs, some new courses, and some extra stats. So if you've never been skiing and can't go due to the pandemic, or you're scared of broken limbs, then maybe give this game a go. In at number 4, Puzzling Places. Now, I have to admit, I'm not the biggest fan of puzzle games, and I did worry because I don't like jigsaws either. I think we've all grown up doing the 2D version as kids, but the lure of video games and VR probably means we've, dropped that like a hot potato these days. However, Puzzle Places is definitely not a jigsaw, and I think it puts a great new spin on the puzzle genre. You basically have to create 3D puzzles based on real world locations, and the developers have been really clever here. They've taken real life places, rendered them in 3D, smashed them up with a virtual hammer, and then they've said to you as the player, go on, put it all back together again. There are puzzles with different difficulty levels. Some are really quick to do, others take a long time.
2,000 years later.
As you can see, the finished articles look really good. The attention to detail is first class really. It's great to be able to walk around the finished product in room scale mode. You can even peek inside. I would definitely recommend having a go at this. Even if you hate the thought of jigsaws like me, it's frankly not the same thing at all, and I think you'll have a lot of fun. So I think we'd surmise Puzzle Places in 3 short words: fun, challenging and fresh. Number 3, Ancient Dungeon Beta. So if you've been locked down during this pandemic like me, you probably haven't been able to get out to your local dungeon very often, like me. Well, you don't need to panic now, because you can do this from your own home using the VR headset. So the idea of this game is to basically roam around an underground labyrinth, scavenging for items and fighting off weird things. Since I've been playing this, I've been attacked by all sorts of things really. Flying monsters, zombies, bats, even a large houseplant looking thing. This is only a beta version, but I think it really delivers on fun, and the environment's really immersive. The designers have clearly gone for a kind of Minecraft look and feel. I think if you like Minecraft, you'll either love it or hate it. Die-hard fans of the game probably won't like the differences to things like your hands or some of the game mechanics, but you've got to remember, this isn't Minecraft, and it's not trying to be. As you delve deeper into the dungeon, things get a bit more difficult, and a really great feature of this game is that the dungeons actually randomly generate every time you play. So it gives you a unique experience each time, and I think that provides quite a lot of value actually. It would be great to see more levels, and very interesting to see where this game goes when it comes out of beta. I think overall this is great fun for all the family, and I would definitely recommend you try it out. In at number 2 is Multibrush. Okay, I know, strictly speaking, this isn't a game, but it is completely awesome, so we've got to give it a mention in our top 5. Now, anyone familiar with Tilt Brush will already have an idea of what Multibrush is all about. It arrived on the scene as a result of Google making Tilt Brush open source earlier this year. And the main feature is that you can now create 3D art on your own, but also in multiplayer. Now, I can't draw for toffee, which is clear from what you can see on the screen, but I still really enjoy using this tool. I can use a huge variety of different mediums and colours, and what I didn't know was that sound is also incorporated, which is really clever. You can change the scenery within which you paint, so you can craft under the stars or in the snow, or use one of the other environments. It's completely up to you. I also really like the camera feature, which enables you to snapshot your creations from different angles, maybe to hang in your virtual gallery. I don't know. If you've ever used an app like Paint for Windows, or even just enjoyed drawing or painting in the real world, you're going to love Multibrush. Please post any links to any of your creations in the comments. We'd love to see them, and you can bet hands down they're going to be better than mine. So in at number 2, Multibrush. It's got to be there because it's just fantastic. Give it a go, it's really immersive, and even if you can't draw like me, I think you'll spend a fair bit of time with a big smile on your face. Before we move on to number 1, please remember to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. In at number 1, Smash Drums Demo. The idea of this game is to basically hit drums in time with the music, a bit like that crazy dude from the Muppets. This game's got a cool indie vibe, so let's change the music up and have a listen to that instead, shall we? Very different to the heavy bass and synth feeling of Beat Saber, so if you're a bit more Bill and Ted and prefer rocking out, I think this is a great alternative for you.
Excellent!
I really enjoyed the gameplay of this title, especially the fact that the drums come at you from all different directions, so I had to physically move in the room to keep up with where the drums were hitting me. This game's got some really colourful and playful graphics, and it really gives a great visual accompaniment to the music. I think there's something really satisfying about hitting the drums and the cymbals in close sequence. One little feature I really like is the drum kit just before you start a level, so it's basically a drum kit for you to bash away on, and if you've never been able to play the drums, either because you can't afford a set or you live in a house where you've got neighbours and you'd make too much noise, it's a really cool alternative to stand in your front room banging on the drums and beyond. Now this version of Smashing Drums is just a demo, but the developers are proposing a further 21 levels to come with a range of cool indie tracks to match. So we at the channel will definitely be keeping an eye out for this, as the full game has bags and bags of potential. We'll close out by watching some of my very poor gameplay. Thanks for watching, people.